everyone, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. Welcome to our very first Memory Keeping Friday. If you're brand new to my channel or my blog, every week on Friday I try to dive in and do something that is memory keeping related. So we do, you know, Project Life albums, mini albums, just anything that is memory keeping related. I dive in and I do on Fridays. So this is our very first Memory Keeping Friday, and as you guys know, at the end of last year, I announced that I was really going to start focusing more on memory keeping and just sharing with you guys more of documenting life. So this month, we are going to focus on documenting your work, and I wanted to share this album with you. I made it as a Christmas gift for a friend, and it's not complete, and I did give it to her, and we're going to finish it together, which ended up being a little bit easier anyway, so it worked out. So this is just a Becky Higgins mini album. It is in the color Sunflower. You can see. You guys know that I love these albums. I've used these types of albums for my kids. I've done one in black, and I used one in green for Violet, and I really love them. There's about 80 pages in here, I think. So it's a pretty good size album. So on the front, all I've done is I've added a little bit of ribbon, and you guys have seen me do this before. It's pretty standard how I dress up an album when I need to. I just used a little bit of ribbon here and then some baker's twine, and then there's two little charms on here, and the charms say delight and journey. So the idea is that it's delight in the journey. And this album is all about my friend's business, and she is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's Wendy Cranford. You guys know I've talked about her before. We used to have a blog together. If you guys have been with me since the beginning, you'll recognize her. And she's also my upline for Stampin' Up!, which means I joined Stampin' Up! Under her. So I really wanted to do something for her that was that reflected her business, that documented her journey with her business and her website and all of those things. So the next thing I did was this little flower. Give you guys a close-up of it, and all it is designer paper, and I took a punch and I punched out 3 or 4, and I believe I used this punch right here. So I just punched out 3 or 4 of these, and then I wet the paper a little bit, like I spritzed it with a little bit of water, and then I just crumbled it up, and then I put a brad through the middle, and then I stuck it on here with hot glue. So I noticed when I was opening it and working on it that the flower kept getting smashed, and I'd have to kind of fluff it up, and I thought, well, this isn't gonna work. So what I did is I took my Crystal Effects and I just put it all over this flower, and then I let it dry, and then I put another layer. I think I ended up putting about 3 layers. And what I would do is I would just make sure I really got in all of the places where I wanted it to stay up and make sure that it kept that shape, and it worked out really well. There's a few places that the Crystal Effects is a little bit thicker than others, but it really worked out well, and it is really, I mean, it's not going anywhere. So there's a quote on the front that says, "We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty." And it's a famous quote. So for this album, I used 2 core kits. I used the Happy core kit and the Aqua core kit, and those 2 core kits work amazingly well together. So as we flip through this album and I show you, I couldn't even tell you which card belonged in which kit because they work so well. The style, the colors, they just are amazing to work together. And I specifically got them for this kit, for this album, because of the style, and then also there's a lot of these kinds of quotes, and just the style of it is much more the feel that I wanted this album to have. So you'll notice in the album that I have a lot of cards because it's not finished. So I have a lot of notes and a lot of sticky notes, and then just 4x6 cards or 3x4 cards that are blank. And that is just my reminder of where things need to go. So how I started the project is I basically mapped out what I wanted to do. And it took me a little bit of writing and really thinking because it was such a specific album. to get the idea of what I wanted. And I will have to say that there was not enough room in this album for what I wanted to do. My vision was much bigger than what this album would hold, but I did not want to do a 12 by 12 album because I didn't want her to have something bulky to keep. I really wanted her to be able to have something small that she could either set out or that she could tuck away, and it wouldn't be this big issue about where do I keep this. So I just pared down when I got into it and realized all the stuff I wanted to fit in here wasn't going to fit. I just readjusted and did the best I could, basically. So it starts out like this, and there's something that will have to go here. And then it is her journey of when she joined Stampin' Up! And starting her business and starting her website. So the first thing I did is I went back and I found a lot of old catalogs, and I tore them up. Like, this is the cover of the first catalog that she ever had. This is the items that came in the starter kit and the price of the starter kit back a few years ago. And then this is also a photo from the actual catalog, from an actual catalog. And I thought it was really great because this is probably the kit she got. I mean, I know she got a few of these items I can remember that she had gotten. So I just wanted to document the story of her getting the starter kit and starting out with Stampin' Up! And then I just used some of the kit, and it still needs to be journaled and dated and all of that. So then what I did is I just went through and started adding based on that timeline, on that time frame, the things that happened. So I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Wendy and I had a blog together. When we first started blogging, we blogged together, and our blog was called Two Chicks and a Cricket, and we used the Cricket a lot, and we just were sharing what we were doing, basically the things we were working on. We lived 4 hours apart, and so it was this really neat thing that we did that for our, you know, with our friendship and just with our crafting, and it was just something that we did together, and it was a lot of fun. And so I wanted to document that. And then I also put in her very first blog post that she did as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which it was still on my blog because that was our blog together. So that was fun going back and looking at those things. And then I went back on her website and her business Facebook page, and I got a lot of these photos. And so a lot of the photos will have her watermark on them. These two photos have her watermark on them, but I didn't want to ask her for photos because then I would have to tell her what I was doing. So I just kind of went and I was sneaky about it, and I got them. And so they have her watermark on them, but that's okay. So the other thing that I documented was her office and workspace and craft room area. It has gone through quite a few changes, and I wanted to document that because it's been a huge part of her, not only her professional life, but then her personal life as well. Her home has changed quite a few times around her craft room. And then also later on we get into another craft room change, and this is her father-in-law who built some pieces for her craft room, and I really wanted to document that. This was posted on Facebook. I believe maybe her mother-in-law took the photo or something, and so I really wanted to document it in the album for her to realize that her family has been a part of her business as well. So this is actually her headshot that's on her website, and it was taken vertically. You can see this, and so obviously I couldn't fit it in like this, and so what I'm going to do is just make it so it spans this whole spot, and I'll back it with something, and then it'll be what's on this side. So I'll try to get going here, you guys. So then I also sent a card to I sent a couple cards to a couple people to fill out to put in the album, and I have photos that this card goes with, and so that was really nice. That worked out. And then she started her own website, so I documented that. I have one of the first projects that she posted on her website. There's a photo that's going there. And then as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we get the Stampin' Success, which is a magazine that comes every couple months, and the title promotions that we get are in this magazine. And so what I did is I went back through all the magazines I had and pulled out any ones that she had title promotions in, and that is what this is. So it was a promotion. I don't know if I folded it where you could see her name. Yes. So her name is right here, and it's folded. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do, if I'll leave it folded or not. I know that's really bad when it's really bad for paper when you fold it and put it in something because of the creases, but I'm not sure how to cut it down. I really want her to be able to see what title she promoted to. I don't want it to just be her name in this list of people. So I haven't quite figured that out yet. Again, here's more catalogs, and then we get into some photos of some projects that she did, and this is really what I want to share with you guys. Our challenge this month is going to be to document our work life. So whatever you do, it's important to document that. And you can see here that I have some photos of some things she did. This was a craft fair she did. These were some projects that she made, some cards, a frame. These projects and cards have come and gone. So what I wanted to do is capture some of the things that she's created. In 20 years, she's not going to remember that she did these cards. She's not going to have them. We can't keep every little thing that we make or do. And so because she photographs it for her website, I thought it was a great opportunity to be able to put that into an album so that later on she can go back and remember. These are some of my favorite cards that she ever did. I think that they are beautiful. And so I thought it was great to be able to feature that. So whatever your work is, whether you stay at home, if you're a stay-at-home mom, or even if you're a stay-at-home housewife, like what do you do for work? And let's take this month and really think about that and start documenting that part of our life. So you can see this is where this photo actually belongs. This is the makeover that she did for her room, where she turned her dining room into basically her office craft room. And that's what this was being built for. And so we have that. And then we have a trip that she took, her and I both actually took it, to the Stampin' Up! Home office for the 25-year It was a regional event, and so we have some photos here. She met Shelly Gardner. It was a great trip that we took. There's photos of that. And then she went to convention and actually did a presentation on stage for convention, and so there's some photos there. There's a photo of her name tag and all her different achievements. She made Founders Circle, so there was a photo of that. This is a business card that I had that I stuck in here, and I'm not sure what there was a plan for this, but I'm not sure exactly what, because there's nothing here. So then I believe this is the next convention. This might be the next convention. I'd have to look at my notes. But then there's a note here of what is going to be here. And then this is something that I did. I was at her house one night and we were just hanging out, having coffee or something, and she was working, and I snapped this photo without her knowing it. I think this one, I said, I'm gonna take a picture of you. And she knows, like, it's not crazy to her when I say I'm gonna take a picture and it's like something random like that, because she knows how I feel about documenting life. And so it wasn't odd for me to say that to her, but this one I snapped without her knowing. And you can see that it's her taking a photo of a project, and you can't really even see up here what's happening. And the idea, what I really want you guys to think about is, it's not about if the photo is perfect. So of course on this photo, okay, she's taking a picture, but you don't know of what, or maybe you think, well, the photo's not perfect because of all this light up here. But really what I'm doing in this moment is I'm documenting what she does. She does this 900 times a week, taking photos, making a project, making a video, editing. It's like, that is what she does. And so I really wanted a photo of her in her element, where it's not perfect. She's not all dressed up or looking, she's not like ready for a photo, basically. It's not like this photo opportunity. She's just in her home doing what she does, doing her work. and I wanted to capture that. And then at the very end of the album, it's ending with just some milestones that she had at the end of the year. And so I really want to encourage you guys. This is going to be our challenge this month, and I'm going to be posting stuff on Facebook all month long about capturing and documenting our business life and how to do that. How can we do that? So I would really love and encourage you guys to come on over to my Facebook page. Make sure you like it. You can go to the coordinating blog post by just clicking this link. It'll take you to the coordinating blog post. You can see photos of this, and then you can also get to my Facebook page. Go ahead and like that page, and then you're gonna be seeing, you'll see the challenge for documenting your business, and then you'll wanna make sure you use the hashtag. I'll put the hashtag right down here. It is Life's Little Blessings Captured, I believe. I'm sorry, it'll be right here. You'll want to use that hashtag when you're posting so that we can share what's going on. If you guys run into a snag, you start this project and you're like, what do I do? How do I do this? Post to my Facebook page. Send me a question, comment in the YouTube comment section down here, and let me know what you guys think. What other challenges do you guys want to see this year? What other things do you want me to dive in and help you guys document? So thank you guys so much for coming by and checking out this project that I did. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back next week with all new projects for you guys. So thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.